Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Bossfish Network. I'm your host, the Latin Excited Eddie V. Joining me is the one, the only Bossman himself, Mr. Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello. I'm here. I have arrived. I'm here, and I'm ready to Nintendo party. Except it's 11:11. Make a wish. You know what my wish is? I wish I was in bed.
You always wish that you was in bed.
You're right, but when I lay down, bed doesn't
You can't
happen.
go to sleep.
Sleep does not happen. I just lay there with my eyes wide open and hope.
Oh, goodness. Sounds like that goes into a musical thing when it happens.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I wish the summer would be over. It is too hot. Even with fans on, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's warm. It's toasty. Better, I don't know.
Well, it's because I don't know if I could put suntan like on my skin when I go out. I'll be like, I just attract all the kind of heat rays and everything. So I don't think suntan lotion is going to do anything for me.
I mean, this is going to sound racist, but do black people get sunburned? Like, is that a thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Look,
I go outside for 15 minutes and I'm burned and can't go outside for another month and a half. So I don't,
Yeah, we get it because of our skin attracting more of the rays. So when that happens, we get a bit darker. In our things. So when people go in the house and they take their shirt off, they be like, you know how they do that, and then you'll start seeing two different skin tones in everything. Trust me, it has happened for me. It has happened to me many a times. That's why when I go, like even to Chicago and stuff, even though I gotta do short sleeve, I still got I need like a hat and light clothes on me because the way that I'm going to attract the sun and everything. And I started to think, I'm like, man, I should just also bring an umbrella and just, have it on me just in case. If it gets like the sun really gets out and I just need to block it and everything, and have the umbrella just for shade and stuff. And
I see.
So, because this sucks. It sucks when you like at some amusement park and you gotta wait in line, and part of the line is like in the sun. You be like, oh goodness.
Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. So
yes,
sunburns, everybody.
Yes.
Super fun.
But I have a quick Nintendo that I was telling. That I mentioned last week, Corey.
Ooh.
And so vitamin water has a new flavor out called tropical mango. And it's not sugar free yet, but it is like kind of the regular line. Man, that is so good. Like I never thought mango and their that kind of water and whatever sugar they add to it would work so well. And the tropical part, it leaves a good aftertaste. So it does have a little bit of a fruit punch to it. It's a really good drink for the summer. This is one of the ones you have to drink it cold. You cannot let it warm up. You really gotta drink it cold. And I was telling the Coke rep who came in. I told him, I'm like, this has beating the triple X vitamin water for me. Like this, like if this is a mainline stay flavor, when I like kind of want some flavor water, I'm going to be picking that one up because it's so good. Definitely in this hot time, you just need something real cold and you don't want like pop or anything or juice. That's a good option for me.
Juice.
Yeah.
No Snacktendo for me, Ed.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm.
I did.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I did pick up a gyro, or gyro for those. I haven't had one in like months, and our one place closed down, so I had to go to another one. So, uh, I'm excited to eat it. I'm sorry, it's been a while. I kind of got home and laid down and fell right asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really eaten a whole lot of food. I mean, I have, but not like. Here's the thing. When I went to the doctor like a month ago at this point, a
Hmm.
little less than a month ago at this point, I guess. Uh I was assigned a diet to lose weight because I was not, you know, wasn't losing any. We'll put it that way. And I am on this diet that the doctor has assigned me. And I mean, there's going to be exceptions, and, it's not super strict, but I have this calorie counter on my phone now. I have to like log my food and
Hmm.
weigh myself every Saturday and do all these things. And it's been quite the interesting journey. So I have already passed my July goal though. So of
Have you
weight
felt
loss.
like have you felt like a change in your clothing, um,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
anything? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. My first, I mean, I have like the month goal, and then I have like my first major goal, right? And so
Hmm.
hopefully I will hit that soon. Uh but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the progress so far. Um I did have a burrito on Saturday though, cuz Saturday is like the day I allow myself to eat whatever I want, you know.
Hmm.
So, um oh no, Saturday. No. Saturday no, Saturday I went to see Indiana Jones with my dad, and we went out for wings, and it was a good
Oh.
time. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's my snack tendo. So my dad and I got like a big bucket of wings and
Oh yeah.
a giant salad and like a giant order of French fries, and we just split it all and just
Hmm.
ate it
Went to
all.
town.
Yeah, it was dude, it was so good. I hadn't had anything like that in a long time, and it was really good.
That's cool.
Uh,
It's funny that we talk about uh health and eating, and how I really think that Nintendo surprisingly, I mean, even with the NES days, when they had the power pad, and you did like track and field and stuff like that, the Wii was a big thing in health, with the Wii Fit board.
mhm,
And I think when the pandemic happened and Ring Fit Adventure became the thing, and still to this day, every day, if we look at like websites that are displaying game sale data, Ring Fit is still on there.
mhm,
And it's very interesting to see how Nintendo went from hardcore games or games for everybody to um casual games, and how they incorporated health in into their library of games and stuff. Because like definitely with like We Fit, um people were doing their health journey with that,
mhm,
playing that game. And even though the game doesn't teach you how to eat healthy or anything, people took upon themselves to use eating tactics from different websites or doctors or whatever, to lower their weight or cholesterol or whatever. And it's very interesting to see how that's still a big thing, and still how Nintendo plays a part in that.
mhm.
Even with Pokemon Sleep that's dropping, people have been recording their sleep data and everything. And now I haven't seen much from it, but I always thought that that was very interesting, to see Nintendo to dive into that kind of space and be rewarded for it. And something that Sony and Microsoft haven't really jumped into. Even though like Microsoft had the move, not move, I'm sorry. But it's the camera thing for Xbox. Move is
Connect.
Sony. The Connect, I think they should have did more with the Connect with like Dance Central and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think that Dance Central could have helped a lot of people, still be able to lose weight. And I haven't heard anything from that and stuff. I know Dance Central 2 is good from what a lot of people said, but I never heard anyone say anything on them using that game for their health benefit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing though too with Connect was like, I mean, I think a lot of people kind of liked it at the beginning, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
was definitely by the time the Xbox One came out, right? I mean, that was like one of the big issues with the Xbox One was like it came with Connect and nobody wanted it. Um, so they quickly shifted and made a bundle without Connect, but I mean, at that point, it was kind of too late, and kind of sad state for the Xbox, but it's still like, I mean, I had a Connect. We used Dance Central all the time when I lived like way out in the wherever, right? I mean, Dance Central was
Mm-hmm.
huge at parties and uh, you know, um, people really enjoyed it. So yeah.
Yeah. Just I think with Nintendo, because I think whenever their next console may be, I wonder is that when we're going to get Ring Fit 2 and stuff, um,
I
or
mean,
in will they incorporate more healthy living games for their next console?
I don't know. I think a lot of that stuff's going to be stuck to like accessories and stuff. I think,
Mm-hmm.
man, if they haven't learned by now, any of these companies haven't learned by now. Like, I mean, Ring Fit Adventure is a good example, right? Where like it wasn't tied to the console. I mean, yeah, you had to hook your Joy Cons up, but the Joy Cons are like the gimmick for the Switch. So like, you put your
Mm-hmm.
Joy Cons on the ring and you did these workouts, and it was that's what it was, and so I think I think anything that they're going to use for any of these workout games or whatever to try to draw on a different audience is going to be tied to an accessory. Um, and if the accessory is made well and people like it, and I think it's good that way. But also, like, I don't know, and like the Wii Fit board was a good example. But like Connect 2 was a bad example, right? That's kind of where I'm getting at, I think. So, also, like, you can look at something like VR, Beat Saber. People play Beat Saber to exercise, which is
Mm-hmm.
kind of mind blowing and weird in a lot of ways. So,
Yeah, I think with Nintendo, um, wherever their next console may be, I do hope they incorporate more like health kind of games. I know we got the boxing game and stuff that's out, which is good for those who want to kind of train in that area. Um, but I would still love to see Nintendo, and I know they used to have this game where it taught you how to cook, like different foods from around the world, and they even had it where they'll give you a grocery list. And this game was like I think on DS and 3DS, and you could go to the grocery store and get those ingredients and stuff. But then it was up to you what things that you wanted, and then they'll just teach you on how to cook it. And I'm like, man, I kind of would love to see a cooking game from Nintendo again. Uh, and have that incorporated, like Mario cooks with you or something like that.
yeah.
And Mario or Peach or Zelda or whoever teach you cooking um like real world foods and stuff, and that'll be healthy for you, or good for your family and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Nintendo's always been cognizant of a lot of that, even of things they haven't released or they've wanted to release and just didn't, right? Like
Hmm.
obviously the Wii, a lot of the Wii stuff was positioned around that. I mean, you even look at something like Labo and the robot backpack, or some of that stuff, or even like fitness boxing, or things that
Yes.
involve you moving the Joy Cons too. So I think Nintendo is very cognizant of that, and I think they're very aware that that's part of their platform, even if it's a smaller part. Like people still
Hmm.
enjoy that. Although I mean, Ring Fit Adventure sold like 18 million units, so I mean, I guess
and
it's not that
it's
small.
and it's still selling.
Isn't that funny that Ring Fit Adventure sold more copies than the Wii U sold in its lifetime?
That is crazy. And at a lower price.
Yeah.
Way lower price.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's just so crazy.
It's man, there's what, 3 games that no. There's about 4 or 5. I mean, I know we ran through the list and
4 or
everything, but
5
there's a
what?
lot of games that beat the Wii U in sales.
Oh, dude, there's like 30. Maybe not that many, but there's quite a bit. On Nintendo top selling Switch games numbers.
I know everybody's just like, yeah, I did this already. Y'all talked about it.
I know.
But it's just,
Look, we're comparing it to the Wii U sales. Okay, so the Wii U sold what, 13 million units, right?
mm,
Hold on. I want an accurate count. Wii U console sales numbers.
still,
The Wii U sold
still,
13.56 million. Okay, 13.56 million. Okay. Uh 13.56 million. Splatoon 2 is the closest to the Wii U sales numbers at 13.3 million. So everything above this, there are 13 games that have sold more than the Wii U sold in total units. Okay. So we have Pokemon Legend Arceus at 14.8 million. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl at 14.9 million. Pokemon Let's Go at 15.07 million. Ring Fit Adventure at 15.38 million. New Super Mario Brothers U at 15.4 million. Super Mario Party at 19 million. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet at 22.1 million. Mario Odyssey at 25.75 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield at 25.82 million. Breath of the Wild at 29.8 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 31 million. Animal Crossing at 42.2 million, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 53.79 million. And I imagine Tears of the Kingdom is approaching that number as well, if it hasn't passed it already.
it has not, but it's on our one of our news stories.
Yeah.
With it. So we're gonna jump into some family news before we talk about kind of what we've been playing, some other topics. Um, so on the Japanese chart, Pikmin 4 post an out of this world debut, knocking Zelda from the top spot.
I
Uh,
wonder how many people like actually care about Japanese numbers who listen to the show.
you know what? I think when it comes to the sale numbers of a lot of these games, I think people do care about Japan because it's the numbers. Because we don't really get America's numbers unless they do it month by month, where Japanese do it by the week. Same with the UK. So it kind of shows that at least when a game comes out, if you know that it's doing good in the UK and it's doing good in Japan, it's probably doing good here also. So that's a big number to have for a game. Still to this very day, Kingdom Tears of the Kingdom is the biggest one
Yeah.
for this year. You know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess I'm just maybe an out of touch Nintendo fan, but the Japanese numbers like don't do anything for me. They don't really tell me anything, to be honest. Like, because
Mhm.
there's games over there that are way bigger than they are here.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But then there's games that here, like Splatoon 3 is way bigger in Japan than it is here. Right. Like,
Yeah.
And but then like there are certain games that are way bigger here. Like, I mean, I would assume Zelda is bigger here. I would assume Metroid is way bigger here.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. The numbers are nice and neat and cool, but like, I feel like they're just different at this point.
And you got to realize that like Switch is about to hit a milestone sometime in Japan. The sales keep going, hitting 30 million Switch sales alone in Japan. That's about to be a record breaking thing for them. Like it's going to be that would be the number one console in Japan hitting that number.
I'm actually shocked it hadn't hit that number yet, considering how popular the DS and the 3DS were over there. I'm like, just because of the way they play games, like on the train and that kind of thing. I'm kind of shocked the Switch isn't bigger over there. I mean, whatever, but it just kind of shocked. But I mean,
Well, Corey,
maybe I think. Here's the thing. There's that rumor that came out today, right? Like some Chinese company apparently leaked like a Switch 2 release date or something.
Yeah.
Manufacturing stuff. I know everybody in the writers chat was freaking out about it, but I'm like, come on. Like people say this stuff all the time. I don't know how much stock to put in that, especially because like, I don't know. I think Nintendo sees the PlayStation 2 numbers in its sights, right, and really wants to break that. And I think they're going to need at least 2 years to do that. Now, obviously, the Switch will continue to sell after the next console is out because, they'll probably redesign it at some point. They'll probably sell a cheaper version like they did with the 3DS, right, and the new 2DS XL, which was like $150, which was awesome. Kids will want to play it, like, you know what I mean? I feel like that console is going to have a longer tail than people realize, especially if the next console is a Switch that's backwards compatible with this one.
Yeah.
And then you buy your kids the old Switch with like Mario Kart and I don't know what do kids play. By the way, that new Disney game comes out tomorrow. As the time of this recording, I'm very excited.
It's already out.
It's already out? I thought it came out tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it's already out.
Oh shoot, I gotta buy that.
Dude, unless something had happened, I seen the physical version at Target, but I didn't get it.
A physical copy.
Yeah. Target had a physical copy, like where they do like the new releases, and I don't know if someone brought it or if it got taken down. But it was up last week and everything because I thought it dropped already.
Mm-hmm. It got great scores. It's getting like anywhere between 7s and 9s, right? I mean, IGN gave it a 7. I think Game Informer gave it an 8. There's a lot of decent reviews. I'm actually quite excited. They said this is a Metroidvania without combat, which is kind of exciting. There's like limited combat, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
But I think I'm really excited for this, especially because it's like it might be a game my daughter would get into with me and like learn how to play games with this. So
yeah, and it's beautiful animation. Like it looks. Yeah. Every time I see the commercials and I look at it, I'm like, man, this is so gorgeous.
It's a strange art style though, because like they just redesigned all the characters like for the Mickey Mouse show that's on Disney Plus, like the Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse. They already did some sort of art style that's similar but different to this.
Yeah,
I'm shocked they didn't use that art style for this. Although these characters look friendlier, like they're a little bit friendlier looking than those, because those look like I like those cartoons. I think they're funny, and I think the art style works for the most part. But it really looks like a cartoon, like a ripoff of like an old Cartoon Network, where everything kind of looks like kind of off and kind of grungy, and
yeah,
like you know what I mean, like those heavy, thick black outlines, like You know what I mean? Like
Powerpuff Girls, like
yeah,
in a
yes,
sense.
exactly.
Yeah.
Ed, Edd and Eddie, Johnny Bravo, that type of stuff, right? Dexter's Lab. That's kind of what it reminds me of. And so like I'm kind of shocked they didn't use that art style, but I also think that these characters look much friendlier than that art style. So
Hmm.
it is what it is. Plus, they have to keep reinventing Mickey Mouse because next year, unless Disney wins their argument, like Mickey Mouse is in the public domain next year. So, but it's
Really?
yeah, well, that's why Mickey Mouse changes art, like an art style, like every couple years or so,
Hold
because
on,
they can.
hold on, Corey. Everybody, this is a side tangent. Go ahead, Corey, because this is brand new information to me. I did not know this.
And that's why they're like in the Disney community. Disney's looking for a new mascot that's not in the public domain that they can start using. And
Hmm.
a lot of the rumor is they're going to start using Figment, the purple dragon that I absolutely love. If you've been watching for a long time, I have like a huge collection of Figment stuff back there. I have some toys and statues up there. Figment, he's like my absolute favorite Disney character. And Seth Rogen is producing a Figment movie that's coming out sometime in the next 2 years, which I'm very excited for.
Which, by the way, that the Turtles movie got some good reviews too.
I know
there's
already a sequel and a show in development too that involves that involves the same voice actors, the kids. So I'm very excited for that. But where's that? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So the version of Mickey that is in public domain next year is Steamboat Willie, which came out in 1928, and
Mhm.
they've been fighting, and they keep getting it pushed back. But I mean, this is like they're gonna have to fight again to keep Mickey Mouse, because we already saw Winnie the Pooh go into public domain, and Winnie the Pooh wasn't written until the 30s. So Disney's really been fighting for Mickey Mouse, which I think some of that copyright laws with the way that companies work and
Mhm.
all these things, I think they need to be rewritten, because like Mickey Mouse is so important to Disney's history. But yeah, Steamboat Willie that version of Mickey Mouse. So Steamboat Willie, like Plane Crazy. I'm trying to think of another thing that version of Mickey Mouse was in, but that all goes into public domain, and anybody can use that version of Mickey Mouse.
So why did they not keep up their copyright?
It's just like a law that like after a certain amount of time, this property goes into public domain. It's just a law. Like after like I think it's like 75 years or 80 years or something of a character, and you can petition
That's
to have.
so weird because
And like
Nintendo always like do something with their trademark and their copyrights for their characters and games.
Well, it might work different in Japan too, because like they might have different copyright laws, and like a lot of their laws are newer because I mean World War II happened, and then like they had a new government situation and all these things, so their laws might be different, right? So Mario could always be a Nintendo property, but I mean, yeah, that's just like a rule. That's why like things like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is in public domain. That's why Wizard
The
of Oz
birthday
is
song.
yeah, I mean that just went into public domain a couple years ago at this point.
Yeah.
I mean Winnie the Pooh like went into public domain last year, and you saw that weird Pooh horror
movie.
which was strange,
Terrible.
but the thing is like there's a version of Winnie the Pooh that's in public domain. There's also that part where they can't imitate the version that Disney is using. So like you can't use that version of Winnie the Pooh, right? Because that is Disney's version of Winnie the Pooh. I mean, all of Disney's properties like Peter Pan, Snow White, those are all public domain properties, but you can't use Disney's version of that character, right? That's the rule. And so, yeah, I mean, everything like Pinocchio, everything that made Disney famous are all these like old fairy tales, Mother Goose tales, Brothers Grimm fairy tales.
Right, because all of those properties weren't original Disney IPs. They were from authors who wrote those stories. Because like if you look at The Little Mermaid, The Little Mermaid is way different from the book than it is from from the movie. And I think even if you're not a fan of Disney and don't even know that those works were based off of books, a lot of people don't even go back and read that work to know the difference. So unless you're kind of told about, oh, the Little Mermaid, my Disney's making a movie, and or mom or dad or your friends or whoever knows that it's based off a book, unless they give you that book or take you to the library to get it, you wouldn't even know the difference with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, so that's like the big thing right now is like Disney's trying to save Mickey Mouse from going into the public domain permanently. So it's weird, man. It's strange. And I mean, 100 years from now, who cares, right? I mean, Disney will still be around, but there's so many other things that, like,
dude, just think of Mario ended up in the public domain. If we're gonna get back to this news story,
I mean, if copyright laws are similar, or like they treat Nintendo of America different than Japan, like you could see Sony making a Mario game in 50 years. I mean, if these things are still around, who knows? But yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird seeing some of this stuff kind of go into I mean, you're gonna also see, like, at some point Bugs Bunny go into public domain, and like, which Bugs Bunny might be close to going into public domain now too, anyway. But those types of things it's weird. It's really weird.
The way Warner Brothers is doing stuff.
Well, Warner Brothers.
That's why I said, and I left it right there. Well, Corey, a quick rundown for these 10 games from the Speech Japanese list. And this is from July 21st of 2023. Pikmin 4 was number 1 with 401,853. Sorry about that, everybody. Copies. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom sold 15,616. So, and their total right now is at 1,775,035 physical copies. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold 10,749, which puts them at 5,385,022 copies. Number 4 is Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening. That's Kobe Tecmo, 10,633. That's new because the game just came out. And then the PS4 version of the same game, Nobunaga, did 10,434 copies of it. Number 6, Minecraft, the original one from Microsoft, did 7,512 copies, which puts them at 3,200,000. Splatoon 3 did 6,337, which puts them at 4,066 copies and 350. That's crazy that Splatoon 3 is beating Minecraft on Switch in Japan. I'm like, wow. But like you said, Corey, Splatoon 3 is popular in Japan. So, Nintendo Switch Sports has done 5,784, which puts it at 1,131,645 copies. Final Fantasy 16, has done 4,904 copies, which puts it at 401,376 copies. Dang, almost the same amount that Pikmin sold on its first day. It's the total number of Final Fantasy 16. That's wow.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Pikmin's a lot more accessible than Final Fantasy 16. Man, I want to play Final Fantasy 16 so bad, but I can't play it right now. But I think, Pikmin is. I mean, anything that has Nintendo's name on it now just sells. You're right. Yeah. I mean, that's just Nintendo at this point. And Final Fantasy 15 like sold really well. Like I think it's approaching 5 million units on a, that's like a 15 what PlayStation has announced they sold 40 million units. So like
Yeah.
about 17 or 18% attach rate, which is amazing for any console, right? Like, I mean, if you hit a 10% attach rate, like you are doing great on consoles. And Nintendo's attach rate, I mean, Mario Kart is like, I mean, almost half of every uh and that's only I mean, I don't know if they do digital numbers.
Sony hitting 40 million and Final Fantasy doing like big numbers.
Right.
And
Okay.
then how Mario Kart is
Hmm.
kind of like in that same boat in a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Um yeah, Mario Kart, I mean, we were talking digital sales, like in some areas like don't even record digital sales or announce digital sales. So I mean that number could be higher. I mean, I would assume at least half the people that own a Switch own Mario Kart. I'm surprised. I mean, Mario Kart 8's so good, man.
Hmm.
That game's incredible. But uh I mean, anything with Nintendo's name on it is selling. And like when you have 130 million units out there, like I mean, that's a lot. That's you're gonna sell some games whether it's good or not. I mean, even I bet everybody 1-2 Switch is gonna sell quite a bit, even though people like to make fun of it. Like that game, it's interesting to say the least. But
Exactly. Well, the last game on the list is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It sold 4,844 copies, which puts it at 5,239,500. And so that's that week's sales for physical games. Like, even though Sony and Microsoft got their like systems like really in stock, like you said, Corey, Nintendo is still killing it
mhm.
and everything.
Hmm.
Um, what it is it killing it because it put everybody in a confused state is that Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2 has been announced, and that Squidward and Jimmy Neutron is joining the roster. Um,
Neat.
the Yeah, so they're gonna have a totally new fighting game experience, a new and improved brawlers, hit hybrid supers. It'll have a single player campaign, voice acting for all playable characters, mini game mayhem, and full cross platform play. Um, it's going to be releasing later this year on PlayStation 5 and 4, Xbox Series X and S, and on Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. Um, the game will be available to pre-order, and the pre-order bonus is exclusive Patrick Elastic Waistband costume. The base game is going to be $49.99. The digital deluxe is going to be $69.99. It contains the season pass content at a discount bundle price. Ultimate edition is $79.99. That's going to be the deluxe content and one extra costume per character. And then the season pass is $24.99, and it's going to contain all 4 new DLC brawlers and exclusive SpongeBob Quick Stir costume. But if you want those DLC brawlers individually, it's going to be $6.99 with 3 skins included, and that's going to be coming next year.
Right.
They haven't given a release date for it, but they just announced it on Twitter, and people just like, um, why not just release DLC and all the upgrades?
Right. I don't know.
So,
This should have been. I mean, this unless they like drastically improve the game, which, to be honest, probably not.
mhm.
I, I mean, this should have just been DLC, right? I mean, are there enough people still playing that they like? I don't know. Did they even sell enough to make a sequel? I mean, I guess they did because they're
Mhm.
making one, but I don't know. It's just kind of
Uh,
weird.
yeah. Well, our last story, which is a surprise to both me and Corey and all gamers around the world, is that The Legend of Zelda Oracle Ages and Oracle Seasons is available on Nintendo Switch Online Game Boy. So you guys can go and play that, or Boy Color Classics, I should say. They just literally dropped it on a Wednesday night, and people were excited. I know Corey, me and you were talking about it because I said we were waiting for that game to come, and now it is here. So pretty much in kind of like the mainline games in a sense. Um, Twilight Princess and Wind Waker is the only one to drop before you have the whole Zelda kind of main games on the Switch.
Um,
And I think it is a possibility it may happen. We may get individual or a 2-pack or some kind of bundle. Nintendo will probably put them in the bundle, but they'll probably also sell them individually, digital copies of
yeah,
Wind Waker and Twilight.
I mean, the fact that we might get, I would, I don't know. Nothing surprises me at this point. I don't. Here's the thing. I think Zelda's too valuable to put in a bundle. To be honest, unless
Mm-hmm.
they did like the Pokemon thing, where like, oh well, here's each one for 60, or both of them for 120. Right? That would, you know, be the only way I could see that. Or like if those games are $50 and they could sell them for 100 or something. Uh,
Yeah.
that would be the only thing that I could see. Um, Man, I don't know. I mean, those would be the ones, right? Those are the last two, except for like the 3DS versions of Ocarina and Majora's Mask, which I don't. There would be a lot more work that had to go into that. And I don't think Nintendo wants to do that in a real capacity at the end of a life cycle. Um,
Right.
Plus, like Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD are already done, except for, you know, theoretically porting them over and just making sure the control scheme works, even though like those games already work with the Wii U what was the Pro controller or whatever the
Yeah.
equivalent was called, right? So like the control scheme's even there. You just got to make sure it works on the console. So
Right.
um
And and I think they probably, even if they go in with HD, I think they'll still be able to add a little bit more. Color, like little bit like color details and stuff. Like, cause crazy as it seems, like I love the Wii U version of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, but I'm just like, man, even if they did a lot of touch ups like they did with Metroid Prime Remaster, I'm just like, just any kind of additional touch ups will make this game, those two games, even more special. And then Switch literally will be the Zelda console because you got most of the main games on there, and
I mean,
and
you have all of them on there, right? I mean, they just released the Oracle games. What's
mm,
missing?
Spirit Tracks and
Yeah, the DS games, the 3DS
yeah,
games. I mean that.
yeah,
I mean that's going to be hard. I mean the DS games came to Wii U, but that's because you had two screens. So I mean you could technically
right,
do. But I mean the Switch has the Switch. Here's the thing: a lot of the arcade games you can turn it vertically, and if Nintendo just released like a vertical kind of thing, or like you could buy a
mm-hmm.
third party thing, like you could make a DS type screen out of that. The only problem
uh
is is with Phantom Hourglass, there are points where you have to close the DS.
yeah.
But I mean they did that on the Wii U, so I don't really know.
I'm literally fine if they wanted to try to put that on. That's fine, but I like Spirit Tracks and the other one, um,
Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom Hourglass. Just like, man, you have to use the stylus, and sometimes that stylus wasn't good with that game.
Yeah,
And
but
so
I would
I'm
imagine
fine with yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would imagine that they would change the control scheme to the sticks, right? I mean,
Hmm.
I would imagine just because like there weren't any sticks on the DS, so you know.
Right. Because I'm like, if they skip them or they don't put them on, I'm fine with that. I just need Twilight and Wind Waker because at least most of the main console games will be on there. You know, and the remake of Link's Awakening uh, is wonderful, and you'll still have those classics with the Game Boy and Game Boy Colors and GBA like the handheld ones. Now, yeah, A Link Between Worlds would be a game I definitely would love to see on there. But I'm like, I don't think we got any 3DS games on Switch just yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think Luigi's Mansion 2 will be the first one. I think.
No 3DS game?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I think the definitive edition of Xenoblade was based off the 3DS version, but I would imagine. I mean, I think a lot of that game was rebuilt anyway. So, like,
Mhm.
I mean, technically the 3DS game was a Wii game. So, let me see. I'm gonna look this up. 3DS games ported to Switch. Okay. List of 3DS games on Switch. Let's look at this. Rune Factory 4, Resident Evil Revelations.
Yeah, but that got ported to Wii also.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wii U. Layton's Mystery Journey. Shantae games. I mean, I don't know if that really counts. There's not really a lot. There are a ton, especially covering. So, sorry, I'm just reading through this list. I mean, Disgaea 1? No, that's Vita. There's not really a lot of like major games on here.
Yeah.
Um, Shovel Knight, Steam World Dig, um, Mutant Muds, was Guacamelee on the 3DS? That doesn't make sense. I don't think so.
No.
I didn't think so.
And I know it was on the Wii U.
The World Ends With
I
You
think.
is probably one of the biggest ones.
Yeah,
I would say that would be the biggest one.
that'd be the biggest one. That's why I said like Luigi's Mansion 2,
Yeah, Ace
like from
Attorney.
Nintendo.
Yeah, of course
Um,
this thread's from like 3 years ago, so maybe there's an updated one. But
yeah, because Ace Attorney also got the mobile treatment before it came to Switch. So I think it definitely would like even Apollo Justice and
mhm,
everything.
yeah. Man, there's like I found a list of remade or remastered games for Switch, but it's like
Mm.
doesn't doesn't say which console they were originally on, so I don't want to go through that. Anyways, I I honestly think the game that they need to push the Switch is A Link Between Worlds. If you're gonna do any of the Zelda
No,
games,
yeah, yeah.
I just think that game is like, I think it's a top tier Zelda in a lot of people's minds, and
Mm.
not that people didn't play it on the 3DS, but I think an HD version of that game on an OLED screen or on your TV would be really something.
Shoot, it's like I said, it's one of the games that got a game of the year. I'm like, shoot, that's for a handheld game. That's awesome. Yeah, I would, because I don't know. I'm like, man, the remaster Link I want is a Link to the Past, but I'll take a HD version or a remaster version of Link Between Worlds because it
Well,
looks good.
what would be cool is if they remade them both and sold them as a package deal, kind of like Remember when Final Fantasy IV came out on PSP and they did the after years and they kind of bundled them together?
Yes, yes.
That's kind of what I'm imagining. My son's awake.
Oh,
That's fine.
yeah.
But you need to talk while he's crying.
Yeah, I could see that happening, and I really think that would, man, that would just literally bring. I think that would definitely bring more sales to the games, to the series, but definitely more sales for Switch for players who don't have it. Because I'm in reality, more subscriptions for Nintendo's Switch Online. Because if you don't have the $50 like expansion pass, you're missing out on most of the Zelda games. Because I'm like, you'll be missing out on Zelda 1, 2, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, um, Link's Awakening, now the Oracle games, and
Minish
Minish Cap.
Cap. Mm-hmm. I mean,
You
that's
know,
all. That's all of them except for the DS and 3DS games.
right. And
So
then for the physical and digital versions of the games, you got Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening remake, and Skyward Sword
and then
HD.
Hyrule Warriors too, if you
Hyrule
want to throw those
Warriors.
in there. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
have to, but
but that's like 6 games physically with the uh Zelda Zelda name.
mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I literally feel that that's the way that you stretch out, I think, Switch's lifestyle. Like not lifestyle, I mean lifeline
Mm-hmm.
for 2024. Or if they want to literally, if you want a shadow drop, like we talked about, uh, I think a cut last week or a while back on expansion pass. If you want to do your shadow drops digital and then give physical 4 months later for your games, it's
Mm-hmm.
been a working business practice for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm down for that. I think Zelda I would definitely buy digitally and then make sure that I pre-order my Zelda copies physical because I know they're going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo's talking about restocking some amiibo stuff. Oh heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, uh, by the way, the Skyward Sword amiibo was in stock today at Best Buy,
Oh nice.
but I didn't get it again because I failed. It says only available in stores, but it was available an hour ago, and I'm like, well, what Best Buy is open at 11 o'clock, so doubt it.
They're probably expecting you to do the curbside pickup. Like if you can order it online and then
Ugh.
do go in the store pick it up. That's how I do my games there. I pre-order that mug and then go in the store pick it up and skedaddle when I can. Well, skedaddle quickly out the store.
Yeah, skedaddle, get out.
Yes. So, but anything else, Corey? Before quickly we get into like playing with power. Was there any news stories that you wanted to cover or you looked at?
Um, not in particularly. I do know. Um, yeah, I don't think so. I'm scanning through here real quick. I don't think so. Nope. No, I was trying to see if there's anything interesting else to. Oh, there's supposedly like it's not really news. There's supposedly a massive amiibo restock coming. Um, and I
Mm-hmm.
really want to get a lot of the Smash ones I don't have, especially like I wanted Duck Hunt Dog and Rob the Robot, and Banjo Kazooie, and I didn't get any of those. So I might be looking to pick some of those up. The Castlevania ones are cool too, and the Street Fighter ones, but I'm not like a huge fan of those franchises. So I feel like if I got them, I would be a poser. But I also have a ton of amiibo games that I don't care for or like or play. So whatever. Who am I to say?
You just got to make sure you got your King DDD. That's about
I
it.
got King DDD. He's the best. I hate Kirby,
Uh,
but King DDD is the best. I need a King DDD game. We got a Wario World game. Where's my King DDD game?
Dude,
I'm
action
saying.
platformer with King DDD. I will put my money down and buy. Like, oh dang, I don't know if you should do that for expansion pass. Where are our villain platform games from
Yeah,
Nintendo?
yeah. I don't know, man.
Because
I mean, villains are
because
characters.
Wario, right? Wario, he has his, and Treasure did some of those games. But I'm like, man, I would love. I mean, of course, well, yeah, you can play Ganon and Hyrule Warriors, but I'm like, I would love for the villains to have their own action platform
You know,
games.
what'd be cool actually is like almost like a Ganondorf game that was kind of like Final Fantasy 16, like a
Ooh,
like a action, like a high action semi RPG that leads like it goes through. I mean, even taking pages out of Final Fantasy 16's book of like it can be dark, it can jump through time, right? Like you can tell that story. Maybe there's some sort of like, you know, redeeming quality of him, like, was he in love and his love interest died, or like, I don't know, did he have a puppy that got killed by his own eye or something, that he's like a John Wick. uh
like a Ganondorf origin story
yeah, I
in a
mean,
sense.
I think doing that like either do it like Final Fantasy 16 and do it really like dark and brooding and have that
Mm-hmm.
mature tone to it, or you do a Souls like game and make it really kind of difficult. Well, not really difficult, but that style of game. And then when you beat the game, it's revealed that you were Ganon the whole time, and like that's how he rises to power or something. Um, I don't know. I like the Final Fantasy 16 thing better, but I still think like a Hyrule Souls game would sell so many copies. The game would sell so many copies.
Oh heck yeah.
Mm.
Well, Corey, I just got a quick show and tell for everybody.
Oh no!
My my wholesome direct shirts came in.
Oh yeah, Stephanie showed hers off yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think I think we both got both of them in a
Yeah,
sense.
I think that one's all right. We're recording. Ed broke his stuff by showing off his shirts. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that the recording couldn't handle because we're playing with power.
Hate you.
Yes. Uh, so I've been playing Pikmin 4. Um, I'm kind of on the third level. Man, there is a lot to this game that I did not know, and it is addictive. It is so good. I'm still gotta get some more Pikmin and everything. But like this is very easy to get into. I'm think I'm on like day 16, and I'm trying to 100% like a lot of the levels and stuff. I just got the blue Pikmin that can swim in water, and then I just got my doctor who is able to cure there's these leaf Pikmin. I mean, leave rescuers that you have to get, and that you do different challenges. So now I'm able to go into the nighttime and throw these ghoulish looking Pikmin at these enemies,
The
and
glow in the dark ones.
yeah, it's like a tower defense kind of thing almost. You got to defend this tower and like literally throw them, and you can move a little bit out and try to get more ghost Pikmin so you could be able to fight more and everything. It is really, really good. Great music, easier to control and easier to multitask in this game. Um, the under there's like underground levels that you could go. And man, me and Corey talked about it like a while back. um, and it kind of has this Miyamoto design with the level layout. It reminds you of a Zelda dungeon in a sense, and it's so good. I am, like I said, I'm on the road of trying to 100% it and just finish this game. Um, but yeah, I've been loving Pikmin 4. It is my Switch game at the moment. I'm going to get back into Tears of the Kingdom and Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox, but I really love this game. Lastly, I started up Gungrave on Xbox. It's like this action shoot 'em up third person over the shoulder kind of game, based off the anime Gungrave. It's mindless dumb fun. It is. It's not bad or anything. I got it on sale. Only did the first level, so there's more I gotta play with it. But yeah, it's a cool game. And then I saw Resident Evil Death Island, which I will talk about another day. But that's what I've been playing with Power. Corey, anything with you? You've been playing with Power?
I mean, I've been trying to finish Zelda, but I mean, nothing. I've just been so busy, and like, I don't know. I'm thinking about trying to consolidate our content again because it's too much. And like not having an editor or somebody who can record without me, or not having somebody who posts all it's a lot. So like I really don't have any time to play games based on everything that we're doing. And
Mm,
it feels really terrible coming on to a show trying to talk about playing games when you don't have time to play games because of everything you're trying to do to get all this stuff out the door. So I mean, I've been trying to play Zelda. I played maybe a couple hours last week, and I got to try to finish it up sometime tomorrow between now and video game book club, which we're recording tomorrow. So that's going to be an interesting thing because I don't have time to do that, but it'll I'll figure it out. But like it's just I saw watched Indiana Jones, and I just haven't had a lot of time to play anything. So uh Zelda's kind of it. But like I'm kind of like I don't know. I feel bad saying this, but I'm kind of done with Zelda, and I think we kind of talked about it a little bit on an expansion pass that's coming up. But like
mm,
the, I just feel like, and and this is the comparison I made the other day, but it's like it kind of reminds me of the Division, how I felt about the Division a little bit, where like I put a ton of time into the Division, and I
yeah.
really loved the Division. And when they announced the Division 2, I was like, yeah, more Division in a new city and like a new kind of thing. And then I was like, when I played the Division 2, I played like 10 hours of it. I'm like, maybe I didn't really need more of the Division. And it's kind of similar to Breath of the Wild, except for like instead of in the Division 2 where it was a new city with the same mechanics, these are just kind of altered different mechanics in the same world. And
Mm,
granted, like, the depths are there and the Sky Islands or whatever, even though I kind of think the Sky Islands are honestly a lot of them are kind of like a waste, like I I don't think it added anything to the game. And some of them have shrines and there are secrets in some of them, right? But like for the most part, like they don't really serve any real great purpose to change the game. And
mm,
like I love the new shrines. I think the new shrines are great. The dungeons were fun, but like in Breath of the Wild, I had the urge to, and maybe it's because I'm in a different place in my life. I've had two kids since then. Life situation's different. We're doing a lot of things now differently, but like when I beat Ganon, I don't have the urge to go back and find all the Koroks or do all the shrines like I did in Breath of the Wild. And maybe I will, and maybe I'll just maybe it's the pressure of like trying to get it done and like
Mm-hmm.
playing games on a timeline, and maybe it's something like that where I can't just play whatever I want at a given moment, right? But like I kind of feel like I am done with Zelda. And it's a great game, and I feel bad that I feel that way because it's an amazing game, but I already spent 240 hours in this world, this landmass. And when I was telling, Stephanie the other day, it was like I I think this game would have been better if we had a different landmass to explore, because that's what's missing for me is the sense of discovery and exploring. And
Mm-hmm.
like the depths don't really do it for me, you know? And like, yes, you revisit some of the similar places and they look a little bit different, or they added a cave, or they added a tower, or new shrines and stuff. But overall, the land is the same. Like, it's the same. And so that sense of exploration feels limited, if existed at all. You know, it's it's kind of a bummer. And this is, I mean, I think this game is an amazing game, and it's still probably like will end up being a top 3 or 5 Zelda for me, but it is not Breath of the Wild to me. It's just not, and I feel bad saying that because when I first started it, and like maybe it was the excitement of a new Zelda, and like the
Mm-hmm.
story started out super strong, and like the story actually is one of my favorite parts of this game. Especially like the dragon tier stuff was really fun to discover and watch the memories in order, and discover these things. Uh, and I want to see the story through because it's actually like amazing. Which Breath of the Wild story was a step in the right direction, but this story is like really good. Um, but the parts that I loved about Breath of the Wild feel like they don't exist in this game because of the lack of exploration. And I think whatever Zelda comes next, like I don't as much as I thought this was going to be a trilogy, I don't want a third game in this world. Granted,
Mm-hmm.
you can keep this Link in this Zelda and you can tell a different story, but we have to go somewhere different. We have to go to like Termina, or if Low Rule exists, or like you find a way to go to like a different version of the Twilight Realm or something. Like the world you explore has to be different, and because like it's just going to be that if we would get this a third time, I don't know if I would be excited for Zelda. You know,
Right.
and I was looking at my timer the other day. I've already spent 70 hours in this game, which I have no idea how I spent 70 hours in this game. I must have left my Switch on like 3 days in a row or something. But uh, so like it's not like I haven't put an insignificant amount of time into it. Um, but like I'm kind of finding myself wanting it to be over, which I didn't want for Breath of the Wild, because I still went back to Breath of the Wild, periodically just to run around the world and
Mm-hmm.
do things. So, and like the building stuff in this game also is kind of like annoying in a lot of ways. Uh, so I don't like the vehicle building really at all. And I knew I wasn't going to when I saw that first trailer, right? That they showed the vehicle stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and like, granted, they make it super easy to where if you don't want to engage in it, you don't really have to. Like, you can do the bare minimum and still achieve the same goal. But like, I hate the vehicle building stuff. That game, it kind of like takes a lot out of the game for me
I
too.
think the I think the building stuff, the few stuff is cool, but it's more of a visual thing when other people who are like really good at building and engineering, when they do it and you see that, I think it's like, oh man, I can't believe they did this, or the game
Mhm.
allowed them to make it. You're taken aback with that, but then when you're trying to build something, and you know, not saying that you're not cool building it, but that's a different version of creativity that we have with this game. Like, we can't build elaborate stuff like this and everything because that's just not in our wheelhouse. We're not in those kind of engineers. But it's cool seeing other people who are willing to take the time to do that. It's a cool thing and everything.
Yeah. So that's just to go back. That's all I've been playing. So.
Yeah. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for this week's Nintendo Pow Block. Thank you, Corey, for joining me. Yeah, it's, I cannot believe that summer, not summer, but July is almost over. We're about to get into August, but there are about to be a ton of games hitting us. So I'm super excited. I know Sea of Stars is a big one. And I think PlayStation and Xbox is getting it on their subscription service.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be up to Switch and PC to give them themselves.
Yeah, but I think people that really want the game will end up buying it, right? Like, I mean, that's the thing about Game Pass is, like, if it's good enough and I really like it, like, I will buy it. Like Death's Door's on Game Pass. I bought it twice, so whatever. There's a ton of Game Pass games that I've purchased because I really like them.
Yeah, Death's Door's coming to PS4, and I'm like, yeah, I need to download this for free.
Man, Death's Door's so good. It's so
I only
good.
I only want to do it on PS4 so I can get the trophy. I really don't care about anything else.
Did they make an Xbox physical copy of Death's Door?
No, Switch is the only one that got physical.
Well, I mean, I have the Switch version. I just didn't know if they made an Xbox one.
So, but with that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woo-hoo!
Bye. If you want to be a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushMedia, and find out which tier is right for you. Our Patreon producers at the $5 tier or higher for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, and Rebecca Jewell. Thank you for your continued support.
Nintendo Pow Block is a product of Boss Rush Media, LLC, and is recorded from our headquarters in Akron, Ohio. The show is hosted by me, Edward Varnell. My co-hosts are Corey Dirrig and Corey Yikes. You can find Corey at I Am Corey in HD on Twitter and Instagram, as well as hosting the Boss Rush Podcast and Tower Casuals, the Destiny Podcast. You can find Corey at Corey_Yikes on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find me at That Richard Cole on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Nintendo Pow Block on all social media platforms at Pow Block Podcast. You can also follow Boss Rush Media and Boss Rush Network on all major social media platforms. Join the Boss Rush Network Discord and Facebook groups to interact with other friends and fans. Visit bossrush.net for more great content and patreon.com/bossrushmedia to learn how you can support this show. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.